It's 5 to 11 in the morning. What can I say? I think it's self-evident that it's breakfast time. I'm about to watch my last upload. It's the first time I'm watching the re-upload. I used Shortcut in the end. I did experiment in Blender to find a solution. There isn't much discussion on it. There is one, I don't know if it's 2 channels covered the variable frame rate issue, but I've been researching it up until now, almost this point. In fact, even in bed I was researching it, and the problem of course is the variable frame rates, and I've come to the conclusion that Blender is like HitFilm Express or HitFilm, both versions, Studio and freemium. I'm hot as well. Just come out of a shower, went straight into a kitchen and I did some moving around as well. In fact, there was a movement before this which you wouldn't have seen. I don't know, maybe no, I don't think you had. At the moment, I've got the desk facing the TV next to the window, so it's closer to nature in a sense, whereas here it was so far away that I just didn't want to go there. Well, that's where the nightmare was with Blender, just sitting there. So I moved the sofa here facing the TV, but it meant I could. Oh, it was there already, wasn't it? So then I moved the sofa there, but I couldn't eat. I was getting a crook, so I had nothing here, which was all space, and this was in the corner. So I moved that here, which you don't need to know because I didn't film it. So anyway, I've done a bit of feng shui. That looks really, I'm looking forward to sitting there because of the window and the breeze, and it's nice to have the wall behind you and everything. Whereas here you just felt you're looking at a wall. I've been there before, I mentioned this before. So I'm going to have this now, watch the re-upload. When it finished exporting, I used Shortcut in the end, I was building up to that. So I was trying Blender to get round it. I discovered what the problem was afterwards. It was the variable frame rates. There's 2 channels who covered it, and I think it came to the point, it's just like HitFilm, it just won't accept it. I mean, there's one thing it can do. It can, on the timeline, you can, Blender's timeline, you've got video and audio, and it's got the number of frames for each. And if it's out by 1 frame or any frame, then you have to make the video match the audio, because audio doesn't change. There's no frame rates. But the video, it has to adjust to the project's frame rate, which is 30, and it could be it's variable. So you have to sort of, there is a way of making the frame rate match that, but I haven't tested it, and I wanted to find out in the research, and I couldn't find it. But I think it's Hobson's choice, because somebody said if it's variable frame rate, if it's something you filmed on your camera, which is the case, if you film it on a smartphone you get variable rates. then you have to run it through something called handbrake, and I mentioned handbrake before. And handbrake creates a constant bit rate, which is what Blender needs, which is what HitFilm needs. But all the others, DaVinci, Shotcut, Kdenlive, Olive, well, let's say those first three, they don't need to worry about constant bit rates. They adjust nicely because so I couldn't figure out a way to fix the problem in Blender, and time was ticking on, so I thought, okay, I'm going to use Shotcut, and it was such a smooth edit as well, just like DaVinci. So now I know I never used to use a playlist where you drag all your files into a bin, they call it a bin, or a folder on the software. I never used to do that before, but now I can also drag it from there in one go onto the timeline, so I can do it like a linear edit, which is quicker, and you can control what goes on the end. If you want to take something out and put it onto the end as like a teaser, you can do it by a linear edit. So anyway, I use Shotcut to edit it. I didn't mess around with the custom export, because last time I used the preset export, it was a lovely quality, and that sort of, for me, I didn't expect that, because I had my heart set on using Kdenlive, and then I thought maybe Blender. So I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face. And when Shotcut had exported the video, the quality looked good, very good. And this time I scrubbed a lot. This time I made sure that at the end of every scene, was there an out of sync issue, and there wasn't. So I'm 99% happy that this upload should pass muster. So this has gone cold now. I can barely feel the heat. I think that was a moth, a mirth. If you saw a shot in the dark with George Sanders. Yes, I'm just where am I? Nearly halfway through the video, but I just took the dishes out, filled up the sink with washing up liquid, and I've come back here to sit here and watch TV. Unfortunately, it's perpendicular, that's the word. It's at an angle now. The screen is facing that way, and I'm looking at it, what, 45 degrees? But it's not too bad, you can get used to it. I was toying with the idea I don't know. I did try to put this that way, but there's no space there. I might leave it like this. I might move the telly that way if it gets on my nerves, but I'll see how it goes. So far, halfway through, there's no issues that I've spotted. So why am I hesitating? No, there's no problems at all. I'm just thinking later on. Anyway, so I'm going to carry on watching this now, and after that there is a video I'm going to watch that I started watching in bed. I won't say, okay, it's on Blender. I mentioned, didn't I, that I was still researching variable rates in Blender up until now. I was watching a video on, because Blender is not just an editor, it does I've mentioned this before. And it's important to know that Blender, in fact, it's got so much. It can do 3D sculpture, drawing, animation, 2D animation, 3D, just mentioned that. And it can do video editing, see, and. But not and as in the movies, you know, all these actors, and there's important actors in it too. You know, when an actor is not the leading actor, but he's big, he's famous, he's like Tom Cruise, but he's only got a cameo. So what you do with Tom Cruise, you don't put him as the first credit. So you don't put him in second, you don't put Tom Cruise in second, but you put him at the end, you put and Tom Cruise, you see. So this is not and video editor. It isn't that, it's the opposite, it's not the same. So what I'm saying is it's a small fry, the video editing. In fact, when you navigate to it, nowadays it's on the flash screen, but on the last version, to get to the video editor, you had to do new and then choose the video editor. And then you just open a file, so you have to go new to open, so it's a bit backdoorish. Or you had to go to the end of the toolbar where there's a plus, which means there's more menus. Click that, then you see video editor at the bottom. See, so it's really hidden away. It's not focused mainly on video editing. So anyway, this video was on the last release, the last version, or the current version, and this person's going through the changes. Anyway, that's the video I'm watching now, and this guy is focusing on the sequencer. So in Blender they call it a sequencer, not a video editor, or video sequence editor, but it's a sequencer. And it's also known as VSC, so I have to look out for things like that if I'm going to narrow down my search in future. So after this video I'll watch that and then edit vlog 736. I'm actually uninstalling Blender. I'm afraid it was still in my system. I had to shake it out. And since breakfast, since watching my video, since watching this other video, the one on Blender, I thought I'd come back here. I shamefully uninstalled Shortcut and then installed Blender, because I thought I knew what I was doing, and I think I did know what I was doing, and I was going along quite well, but I haven't got the patience. I have to run a proxy on every clip, and it's taking ages, and it's taking the joy out of editing, and I just had enough. I did the titles, I was on to the third or fourth clip. I was trying to proxy it in the background while I work on a proxied clip, and it just didn't work. And I I figured out what to do with the variable frame rates, which is it's a process where you use a speed effect basically, because if you want to have your project at a certain frame rate, but you're using not necessarily variable frame rates, but different frame rates that are constant but not variable, you can use a speed effect to slow the video down to match the audio, because the audio doesn't change when you regarding the frame rate for the project. it's just takes your breath away, really. It's just waiting and waiting. There's no joy to it. There's no fluidity. So I just stopped, and now I've uninstalled it. I'm going to go to DaVinci 4D, and now these 4D slips keep happening. I am going to. It's because I've used DaVinci for longer than Shotcut. But takes your breath away. Not in a good way. So now I'm going to install Shotcut, and please, I hope I stay with it now to the end of time, which is impossible, but until this laptop crashes, breaks down, and I can't use it anymore. I must be true to Shotcut. I've just had chili con carne on toast. I thought to myself, 3 o'clock I'll break from the computer and have something to eat, which I just have. Whilst watching this keynote speech from Samsung, or as they're calling it, unpacking or unboxing, unpacking. It's actually live as I speak. Shotcut's so much better so much easier than Blender. Blender's a no hope really for old computers. White hasn't got a smooth playback. I don't know. I think it runs on Python. If it ran on C++ with Microsoft.NET, then it'd be like DaVinci, and that would be smooth. But Shotcut is much better. I had a problem with the speed issue. I wanted to make a clip slow motion. Not that you'd notice, but it's for a title to go over it, and that was a bit arduous. And I thought to myself, if I have another issue like that, then I may have to change editors again. This is what's become of my life. It's all about editors. So I'm just going out there, shooting footage, come back and editing it. It's all about the editing. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the Samsung key speech. I'm sure it'll finish by 4 PM, and then I'll get back to the edit. There you go. See? Just started the Windows 10. I say Windows 10 instead of laptop because Windows 10 has now prompted me with all these questions. Do I want to link Android or iPhone to this PC? Text sent, check your phone. Well, that text I received from Windows 10, it's asking me to install a Microsoft app, so yeah. Now it's finished by saying Windows is now yours, as if it's brand new. This laptop's on the way out, I think. It's 6:30 and the export of Sunday's video has begun. I don't know what the ETA is yet. With Shotcut, yep, still using Shotcut. It takes a while before I get an ETA. So as it's 6:30, I'm sure all the posts have been delivered. Therefore I'm going to pop downstairs and check the post box. and see what's there. Come back, and then I might have an ETA. No post, and it's an ETA of 2 hours 5 minutes, so just after 8:30 it should be ready for upload. Right, I'm just about to watch the recently uploaded video. Rogue 736, it uploaded, took 2 hours. So yeah, about 8:30, 8:45 it uploaded. And whilst I was doing the thumbnail, it uploaded and processed. So while I was filling in the fields on YouTube, I also did the end screen at the same time and made it go public. So I'm about to find it now on YouTube, and there it is, ready to watch. My gosh, exactly 20 minutes, exactly 26 minutes and 00 seconds. Wow, how about that?